Hello, thank you so much for coming. Today we are going to be making coconut oil. I promise you, after watching this video, you definitely are not going to be buying coconut oil anymore. Coconut oil is very good for the skin, and I also use it for my hair. I've added it to my hair regimen. I use it on my kids' skin, and it's very good. If your subscribe button is still red, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to this channel so that you keep in touch with our future uploads. I promise you will not regret it. If you find this video useful, please do well to like and share, and also leave your comments. So let's go ahead and make our coconut oil. In this video, we'll be using 3 coconuts. These ones are already peeled. Usually coconut is gotten from coconut tree, the one you see on the screen right now. I bought these ones 3 days ago. I'm just going ahead to try to break them. I'm going to open them up using my hammer. If you don't have a hammer, you can use the floor outside your house. If you have a floor, just hit it on the floor, it will break open. Because I bought this one 3 days ago, I had a little spot parts there, so I had to cut it off, and the water came out before today. The water in it is not used for making coconut oil. It is poured out. Usually I like drinking it because it's very sweet. It could also be used for cooking, depending on the kind of food you want to cook. After pouring out the water, the coconut is then broken into smaller pieces using the hammer so that you can easily bring out the meat. If you don't have your hammer, you can use your knife to do this part of the process. Usually I'm very careful in order not to injure myself because the shell could be very sharp. After breaking into smaller parts, I then bring out the main part of it that will be used for making the oil. The next step is to thoroughly wash it until the white part becomes very clean and pure white. This is very important as the coconut oil can be used for cooking, it can be used on children and babies, so it has to be as sterile as possible. After washing thoroughly, I cut into small cubes as shown in the video. Have you used coconut oil before? If yes or no, leave your answer in the comment section. What was your experience when you used it on your hair? Did it work for you? Was it good on your hair? As for me, it has been good so far. I use it as a mixture. I made a video of how I use it as a mixture. It has been very good for me, so that's why I make it. The last time I made it was a year ago. I made about 1.5 liters. I used 20 coconuts to make that one, and I've been using it for more than a year. It has not gotten finished. I still have a lot of it in the house. I am actually making this video for my subscribers that asked me to make coconut oil, that they don't know how to make coconut oil. Even if it's just few of my subscribers that need it, I am ready to do anything for you guys. You know, much love to you guys. The amount of coconut used depends on the amount of oil that you want. Like, you'll be so surprised when you see how much oil I got from these 3 coconuts. The amount of oil you get in the end does not only depend on the amount of coconuts you used, it also depends on the type of coconut. There are some coconuts that have so much oil, there are some that don't have much oil. Like in my country, it is believed that Ghana coconut has so much oil, like coconut that was gotten from Ghana has so much oil. So when we want to buy, we ask for Ghana coconut or we ask from the northerners. But most coconuts will give you enough oil that you will be satisfied with in the end. Note that warm water that you can comfortably touch with your hand is used. While beginning to blend, the first water should be up to the level of the coconut or a little above the level. Intermittently, as you blend, you stop blending and add a little more water as the water will reduce while you blend. This is to make sure you get a smooth paste at the end of the blending. Could you believe that I made this video by 12 a.m. in the night? So that's why I had to make my blender very full so that I would blend this so fast, because I was actually very tired. I waited for my baby to sleep before beginning to make this video. So please, when you are blending yours, you could make it less than mine, or if you are tired like me, there's no harm in making it full. The amount of water you add at this level when making coconut oil doesn't really matter. After blending it, you use a filter. I prefer this type of filter because it makes it easier for me to filter it fast. So if you have this type of filter or the stainless steel type, you could use that one too. As you filter, you use your hand to hit the filter to increase gravity so that it will easily pass through the holes. Don't worry, this process is not difficult at all. It's a very simple process. At this point, I decided I was going to pour it all in. I don't have a bigger filter. I would have used it. So I just have to make do with this one I have. I also use my hand to turn it to evenly distribute the water so that the water will flow through the filter easily. Don't forget that warm water is used throughout the process. Intermittently, I add warm water to melt out all the oil so that there is no oil left. I continuously do this until it is thick enough to hold and press with my hand. I place an empty bowl beside me so that as I press the shaft to form a ball and express the milk from it, the shaft is kept in the empty bowl. This is the shaft left. Next, I'm going to repeat the process again by adding warm water so that all the oil and the milk is expressed so that none is left. As it is now, there is still much oil left, but you'll be thinking there is no oil. When you press it out, you will then see the amount of milk in it. So I'm just going to repeat the process again the way I did it before, but I will not show the video. Now I have successfully separated the milk from the shaft. Next, we'll go ahead and filter the milk again to remove every shaft in the milk. Yes, it has been successfully filtered. Next, we cover with a clean nylon for about 4 hours. I leave mine for about 4 hours. Some persons leave it overnight. If you made it in the evening, let's say around 7, you could leave it till the next morning before coming to open it up. If you don't have a plastic nylon, you could also use the cover of something, probably the cover of the bowl you used for making the milk. You could use it too. That is even very, very good too. Now it is morning. Let's see how it has changed. You'll see that it now has a thick surface that you can easily scoop out. So we are going to just go ahead and scoop out the thick surface. You can see how shiny it is. So we are just going to scoop it out and place it in a pot. A clean pot should be used. I prefer using a wide pot because it will evenly distribute the oil in the pot and there will be no thick residue at the bottom. If some water follows it, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter, but it shouldn't be too much so that you don't end up spending too much time trying to get it dry. So just try to scoop it out and place in a pot. Be as careful as possible also so that you don't dissolve it. The bottom part of it is now majorly water. There is no residue in the water anymore. So we are just going to concentrate on the top, the thick layer on top of it. At this stage, I could see some oil visibly on top, so I had to scoop them out too so that I don't leave them behind. So this is what we have. Now we are going to place it on the fire. Just place it on whichever type of fire you use under low heat. Boil until it gets dry. Please, it should not get burnt. You can see the oil is coming out. The oil is gradually coming out. What you see now is not majorly water, it's actually oil. See the oil after everything is dry, and this is the oil, how much oil we got from it. So pure from 3 coconuts. Imagine how much oil you get from more coconuts.